5 days.
I love that.
And the dry zone drawer will keep cold for 2.5 days.
I camp a lot, so I love the fact that you can do that.
Now, if you are batch cooking or you're brining a large poultry like I did in this 20 quart, I have this at home. This is going to be really important because it's the largest stock pot that Le Creuset makes.
That's right, 20
this
quarts.
Is their 20 quart, and already half the quantity is gone.
Oh, I love that. You know, this is the pot that you must have because, like you pointed out, for batch cooking, for doing, you know, your stocks, I really encourage everybody out there to make their own stocks, their own broths, because you know what you're putting in it. You're getting natural ingredients. You're not getting preservatives. So none of that stuff in the can or the broth. The comparison, there is no comparison as far as what the way the flavor is going to be. We just put them in like containers, pop them in the freezer, and anytime that we need a stock, we are ready to go, and we know that it's rich. Now, David, a stock is made with bones, and you can actually roast them off to even get more flavor. And a broth is typically like you want to just put whole chickens in there, so it's the meat and the bones and everything in there.
If you are canning, if you're brining, whatever you might be doing, this is going to be large enough for it. And it's enamel on steel. This means it's steel at its core,
right?
And then it's coated with enamel.
Right, and you know, if this was cast iron, this would weigh a lot. You really wouldn't be manageable to do that. But the enamel,
then once you put food in it,
yeah,
would be
the enamel
heavy.
on steel performs really great. Now, for soft cooking, gentle cooking, like we have right here for our tomato sauce, we want to do a nice gentle cook. On the bottom, it's a big base, so it's going to take all of that heat, spread it out nice and gently, and on the bottom here, the bottom has rounded corners, so the fact that we can go all around with our spatula, we have no burnt pieces on there at all, so we are good to go with that.
Now let me mention something about this sticker on the front. That sticker is peel off.
It is.
So peel it off.
Peel it?
Take it off before you use this on the heat, and then that way it's going to be easier to get off, and it will come off cleanly, and then you won't have any issues with it.
Right, and you know, you and I always talk about that. You can cook a lot of food in a big pot, but you can't cook, right? We always seem to mess that up as well.
No,
you can't
do
a
a little bit in a large
in a
pot.
big
You can't do a lot in a little pot.
Right.
And so it's important to know that we have this only in 4 colors. We have the cerise, which is the French word for cherry. We also have Marseille. We have 2 dozen left in the cerise. We have Marseille Blue, which is named after the southern port city of France. And how many left in the Marseille? 300. And we also have it in the black, which you're showing the Low Country of Oil. How many? 400 in the black, and the white, about 400. Now you got a Low Country boil. Potatoes, crab legs,
sausage, kielbasa, whatever. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with anything that you want to put in here. You could put some mussels in here. Now again, you want to time these out, so the mussels might take less time than your crab legs or your coin for that matter. So maybe pop that in at the end, even the shrimp as well. But take a look. This is the capacity. This is 5 gallons, David. Again, don't be overwhelmed by the quantity, because once you start using this, you're going to be like, well, I've got 3 gallons of stock. That's perfect. That's going to get me through like the entire fall. And that's what you want. That's what you want to do. But if you're feeding a lot of people, you can definitely do that. And I love some of the other things that we did that are non-cooking. Like over there, David, just think for the holidays, just using this as a wine chiller.
As a wine chiller. I mean, please get this large container because it's the largest one Le Creuset makes. It is also one of the largest that we carry here at QVC of any brand. And it's going to be a great opportunity because when you need this much space, you've got it. And when you don't need it.
No, and you can put it away. This is only 12.5 inches with or without the lid. So even if you turn the lid upside down, it actually recesses in there, so you don't need that extra space for the lid.
For storage, yeah.
So, for it at all, so you're totally good. Now, whether you're doing, you know, something like that, you can make your soups, your stews, the tomatoes, like I pointed out here. If you're into canning.
If you are into this cerise, I need to let you know only 12 of these left.
Oh, that's your color.
Only 12. That's the color I collect. Cerise is the French word for cherry, and it's the red color. So if any of you own some of the cerise and some of the other pieces from Le Creuset, this will match exactly.
Right. And now this one over here, let me get this lid open here, David. You got nails there you can get in there?
It's
stuck on there, isn't
it? Really stuck in there. I don't have nails. But
well, what we did, this is our chicken tortellini soup. Now we shredded our chicken. There you go. We shredded our chicken by actually just putting a whole chicken in there. So we just basically made a broth.
There it is.
I screwed this up, didn't I? We made our own broth. And then after the broth was done, we pulled some of the chicken, put that in there, and then we added tortellini to this as well. So we've got an entire dish in one pot.
There it is.
Perfectly insulated.
Oh my.
And the great thing about this too, because of the size and because it has those rounded bottoms, when you're cooking your stock or your broth, it's going to allow it to that nice simmer, but it's going to continue to keep rolling that. And that's what you want. You want that kind of constant movement so that it's going to keep reducing and more intensifies.
Let's go ahead and put some of this in a bowl and then hit it with some Parmesan cheese.
A little Parmesan, little parsley.
Okay, there we go. Probably not the neatest ladleful, but I'm trying to
That's
work
okay.
against the clock.
And David, we talk about this all the time with our Dutch ovens, with any of the Le Creuset products. You get a better result. You're using the right ingredients, and then you're using the right cookware to get the results. So when you're cooking, it's a game changer with the stocks and everything else that you're going to be cooking with this.
And then a little bit of parsley.
There you go.
There it is.
And then we only did about, I don't know, what is this, maybe half full at best? And that's fine. You have the capacity if you want.
You can
don't
do
need it.
less in a larger pot. You can't do more in a smaller pot. Now, it's important to know the cerise is gone, yes? All right, so ignore the red. It's too hot for me to move. But we have this in the Marseille, in the blue, 300 there. 300 are in the black, fewer than 400. And the same story with the white. Those are the three colors we have remaining.
Right. And then, David, notice we have that sand enamel interior, which if you know any of our cookware, we typically have that inside there. It's nice, easy release. Now, here's our factory footage as well. You can see just that multiple coatings of the enamel on the inside and on the outside. That ensures that you're going to have a beautiful pot that's going to give that nice ombre color over the years, and it's going to last you year after year after year, and you're going to get that result that you want. And now, again, this is not the cast iron product. This is our stainless, this is our enamel on steel. A little bit thinner, but if you're looking for something to come up to a boil much faster, this is going to come up really, really fast. You'll be really surprised because it takes all of that heat. The base is so large, taking all that heat, it's going to push all of the heat up, and you'll come to a rolling boil very, very quickly.
This is why a stock pot like this is so essential. And when I was needing to brine a turkey, I was thinking, do I have to buy a bucket for this?
This can do it for sure.
No, I put all the brining, well, I put the turkey in first, then I poured the brining liquid in, and then I parked it in the fridge.
Yeah, I was thinking of the cooler that you have to
You could do
that might be
that
a
as
mess
well.
to clean up as well. But this, you could probably fit maybe a, I don't know, 15-pound turkey in here. You know, by the time you're putting it in.
I think I did a 14-pound turkey.
Yeah, so
in there.
you know, give or take, you have the capacity. You want to make a little bit of s'mores popcorn?
Please.
Now, we actually just put some oil in here, just like you would, old-fashioned. A lot of people haven't even made popcorn this way. You put some oil in, you pop just normal corn
now,
kernels
when Greg
in
and
there.
I were young, this is how we popped
This is the only way we really had it,
You
right?
shook it on top of the stove.
Right, but now we're going to jack this up just a little bit. We're going to make a s'mores version of this. So we're going to add, of course, chocolate, marshmallows,
And graham crackers.
some graham crackers. So you handle that part.
I'll handle the graham
I
crackers.
don't know if I have to take the lid off this or yeah, I do.
Yeah.
All right.
There is.
This is fun too. The kids can do this. This is really cool.
And mini marshmallows.
This
Hit
is
that with
5
some
gallons
sauce
of
too.
popcorn. What do you think of that?
Yeah, hit it with some more sauce
No,
there.
okay. Now you give it a little spoon there.
I think we should just enjoy the view first.
Okay.
This is lovely.
Did you put more graham
product.
crackers in there?
Oh, I could.
I like it a little more crunchy.
Sure. Put it all in there.
Well, again, lots of different uses for the. I really do love this for the holiday. We've done this before too. It actually, once you pack this with ice, it stays really cold. Even if the ice starts to melt a little bit, it's going to keep all of your wines and your seltzers. Mulled wine is something perfect for this too. I was thinking about that. Your hot chocolates, if you're doing a hot chocolate.
Anything you're
station.
doing low and slow on top of the stove, this is really going to be the ticket. And Sunday sauce and gravy
Right.
and brajol and meatballs and all the yummies.
We do our meal prep, okay? Now it's just Liz and I now, but we don't want to cook every night, so we definitely make our broths, we make our stocks, but we love to make our tomato sauce for the year. I make chili. I make a giant batch of chili, and I'm eating
bet.
on that all winter long.
I bet.
So
this is going to
way
be
to go.
so important. And if you are using some of Greg's chili on hot dogs,
there's nothing
that
wrong
could
with that.
be nice too. Mr. Shocko, good to have you back.
Thanks,
Thank you
David.